Thank you all for tuning in to Breathing is Highly Dangerous. We are giving our first breath, working toward and hoping for the next, all the while fearing our last. Welcome to the show.
No.
The event.
A little bit more grand.
The movement.
That's better, I like that.
The movement of the century.
Well, movement, that may be a little bit much. How about a conquest to ferment the ones ignosable that try to impinge their iniquitous veracity to our thoughts?
Here is your host. He puts the U in unusual, the P in pterodactyl. Not just why, he also asks how.
Thank you all and welcome back. Breathing is Highly Dangerous. This is Emmanuel here and I am joined by Chance. He has a new book. It's called 14 Days in Beijing. He has his own experience with the world travels. This is something I encourage among everyone in our community, among anyone really, but something especially with Black people, that we need to see the world, need to have a better understanding of the world. So tell me sort of about what was the original inspiration for you to go to China of all places?
Well, I mentioned it in the introduction of my book.
Mm-hmm.
I flash back to, it was one Saturday morning when I was younger. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and my brother was probably like 6 or 7, and we was having breakfast with our mom downstairs at the table, and she asked us, what's 3 places in the world y'all want to go? And I made sure that we go.
Mm-hmm.
First place in my mouth is China. And when she asked why, I was like, shit, that's just where everything's made. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing as a kid, I'm like, damn, you look at everything at the back of it, say made in China, made in China. I'm like, damn, why is everything made from one place? And what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck China got going on? So that was always sparked interest in me. I know 15, 16 years later that, you know what I'm saying, I would manifest exactly what I spoke, but you know what I'm saying, I ended up actually going out there and got to live out there for 6 months total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you become proficient in the language beforehand, or you just sort of got accustomed when you went? Well, yeah.
I started learning before, so I had 3 months to get my visa. So within that 3 months, I was taking the time out to study the language through apps and stuff like that. And I learned just enough to move and groove and just maneuver. Like far as us having a full in-depth conversation, I couldn't do that, not at all. But I knew just, you know what I'm saying, if I need to buy some shit or I need to go somewhere, or, you know what I'm saying?
The basics, yeah.
Basic dialogue for sure.
Yeah.
And once I was mainly around English speakers, so I didn't really have to use it unless we going out to eat or we going to the markets, or you know what I'm saying, we out in public. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing. And I can't believe I forgot this, but my sister has like such a deep infatuation. Well, she's majoring in language in college right now, and she's doing Chinese right now. So she really wants to go to China. I should have had her join us, but so China, 15 years later, you go to China. What was the intent like at that point? Like, I know you said you had.
So after I graduated from college, Stetson University, with a bachelor's degree in communication and media studies.
Stetson?
Yeah, Stetson.
In Florida?
Yeah.
I got a scholarship to that.
Okay, so hey, you should have slid. It was dope.
I bet it was.
I graduated from there, and I played football there as well.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
They're called like the Hatters or something, right?
Yeah, the Hatters matter. Go Hatters. Go Hatters. Yeah, I got my degree in communication and media studies, and after I graduated in 2018, I landed my first job in China teaching English.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how I ended up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midnight trains to the east side of the world for sure.
Yeah. How was it being because I know it's not so uncommon now for Black people to go to China, but it's still, a culture shock. Yeah. So how was it with people interacting with you and then you interacting with that culture?
Shit. Honestly, it was all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, good energy, good vibrations. Of course, you know what I'm saying? People weren't used to, certain people weren't used to, because I was in Beijing, so I'm in the capital, so it's a pretty big area, you know what I'm saying? So you have other corners. So if you from Beijing, like, and then especially the younger generation, they see us, they don't pay us no mind. It be the old motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
be from other parts of China that move to Beijing, and when they do see us, they be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They'll be surprised, like you'll see their expressions, but that's
Yeah.
for me, my experience. That's as far as they'll go. Like they're probably, I had some folks like try to sneak pictures of me like this and shit. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Experiences from other people. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that these folks walk up to you, grab your hair, just touch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. They walk up to you, you know what I'm saying? Just take a selfie with you, no ass. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I feel like a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? For real. I enjoyed the attention, so I definitely I didn't take anything negative away from it. But all in all, you know what I'm saying? They're just extremely curious because, you know what I'm saying, it's Chinese people over there, billions of them. Most of them have not been outside of China, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So come across somebody from a different culture, different ethnicity and demographic, it's just like, oh, only thing I know about you is stereotypes. And that's the same for us here in America. We just as ignorant to other cultures and other people, you know what I'm saying, heritage and all that other shit, just, you know what I'm saying, just as much as them. So it's just common around the globe. That's like what you said, bro. You encourage everybody to travel, bro. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
You're going to learn so much about you, yourself, you know what I'm saying, the world, your world, you know what I'm saying, and the worlds that coexist within the Mother Earth, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was dope, though. It was a dope experience. Like, some of the best customer service I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah?
You folks bending over backwards. Like, to the point, it's like, damn, bro. Like, you got to tell them to, like, chill just a little bit. Like, I understand. Like, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, your efforts and all that. But it's like, yeah, bro, you ain't got to go that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's all, I appreciate it, and they don't accept it. Like, you can't tip. That goes against their conduct. You know what I'm saying? They flat rate. You try to give them some money, they gonna like, no, they'll run away from you or some shit like that. You know?
Like, that's a cult. Like, it's such a, like, the perception that a lot of black people have in America versus what the culture is, like, of the culture in the States versus the culture in China is like, there's the cultural aspect of give more than being received. So there's that, first of all. So that customer service of being generous, right? And then on top of that, if they are knowledgeable about the way that other people conduct themselves with black people in prejudice and stuff, then they're going to sort of overcompensate for those people, right? So there's a lot of elements of that, and then it comes. I like you said, it's like you got to tell them to stop a little bit. It's like, hey, I'm not special. Like, yeah, these things, like, I appreciate it, but I don't want to, like, there's certain people that will take advantage of that. And it's like, you have to be willing enough to know that, are they doing it like because it's just culturally based and that's something that they do standard, or are they making an extra exception for you? It's like, how much are you willing to accept that extra exception for, like, the compensation is when it's not always necessary. Sometimes
it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, just for me being like you said, a man of color, in that point in time I had locks that hung down to like my chest. So
oh wow, so that's way different. Yo. Yeah.
I was mainly on a vegetarian diet while out there, so like we going to all the vegetarian restaurants, and you know what I'm saying, for the most part it's Chinese people in here. So to have not just me and probably 2-3 other people of color within the establishment, like, they just, like, it's marketable in their aspects. So it's like, yeah, they go above and beyond. I remember we went to one vegetarian restaurant and we ended up meeting the general manager the same day. Like, you know what I'm saying? She met her the same day. She sat down with us and everything. They started bringing us extra food for free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just try this. I'm just blown away. I'm like, damn, bro, we just came here for lunch. You feel me? You thought, that just, I guess, that lifestyle is, you can only see celebrities go through here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, to go to some place where you're the, you know what I'm saying, the shit, honestly.
Right, you're treated like a king, really.
So rare, man. You're going to get all the praise and all the glory that you subconsciously and consciously know you deserve. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit was a vibe, though. It was like, man, China was lit.
I have a question for you. It's sort of going up top. It's in the same vein, but it's going outside of China. It's coming back to the States for a second, because you have a very unique perspective on um, the way you interacted with the Chinese in mainland, but Beijing in Asia, versus you come back to the relations between what's happening with like the Asian, like Stop Asian Hate, which is being blamed on black people in the United States. So then you see that division.
World.
How do you? What is it? What are your thoughts of that? When that started arising in the states, what was going through your mind when that was happening?
Just like I was saying before, just a lack of understanding and a lack of knowledge and exposure of the others' true, you know what I'm saying, ethics and go about when it comes to life. All we do is just follow stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stereotypes live up to, you know what I'm saying, what they, you know what I'm saying, set to be. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, just a lack of understanding. That's all everything is. And a lack of communication as well. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I enjoyed the, you know what I'm saying, the company I was around, especially amongst the native Chinese people when I was over there. And even coming back here, and I, you know what I'm saying, I do come across them, you know what I'm saying, I say, yeah, I lived in China for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, I start speaking Mandarin to them, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying, they whole demeanor, they whole vibe change. It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, they really cool, like Chinese people cool as fuck, you know what I'm saying. China is, they're very strict. It's a very strict country, very disciplined land, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, it ain't no crazy motherfuckers over there like here in America. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just like folks just throw it off, you know what I'm saying, mentally. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna come across too many Chinese folks like that. For real, for real. Like it's so strict that the police don't even have guns. China's one of the safest places you could ever live, no cap.
Yeah, this is the thing about China. There's so much that they're doing so well, right? And there's things that we can certainly admire and take from it because their economy, their structure is going to make them one of the next superpower. They already are, but they're going to.
It's already happening.
Yeah, and yeah, you see with TikTok, people fail to realize that that's perfect marketing.
That's why I still ain't got on it. I still ain't got on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Just, I'm already know. I'm like, bro, so it's a bigger agenda to it, but that's a whole other topic. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother.
I got on it, and then I'm exposing the agenda. So that's what
it's a great tool to use, though.
Absolutely.
So like, I can't knock it because I'm like, hey, you can really you can market your ass off. You know what I'm saying, on this platform for sure.
I respect success. Even if the worst con, I understand you have to do something to get there. I respect the drive. Could you have done it for a different purpose? Yes. And I would have preferred a different purpose. But I still respect that.
Even like when I was over there, like, because I was over there from 2018 to 2019. So we talking 3 to 3 years ago. So like going over there, the air pollution is real. So I'm already wearing masks every time I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? Come back here a calendar year later, that's the norm we got. Over there, QR codes, they been had that shit. Come back over here, calendar year later. Oh yeah, everybody and mama got a QR code now. They QR codes are going so crazy, even homeless people had QR codes. You know what I'm saying? Homeless people asking for, nah, you can just scan my QR code, but you can send me some bread. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they been on that shit. Paying for shit on your phone, Apple Pay, all that shit been going on over there. DoorDash and Grubhub and Instacart, that shit been going on over there. So for me to come back and it's like, damn, whole calendar year, I'm like, damn, everything I saw over there is like, damn,
we're catching up.
We catching up. I'm like, fuck them folks that's on some shit. Like, I'm like, that shit was just crazy. And then like my book, 14 Days of Beijing, I was incarcerated for 14 days.
Oh my.
Full calendar year later, you goddamn catch COVID. What you gotta do? Quarantine for 14 days.
I would like you to share a little bit of that story. Give me a little bit of a taste, because I want to read it actually.
So, and I have a free version available of the book as well. So it's pretty much the first 3 chapters of the book. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's available for free on Amazon. So I can give y'all a brief synopsis of that just because it's already fucking free. I locked up abroad in China for 14 days. I was locked up for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 niggas to one cell, 9 wooden beds. And for 14 days straight, all I had was 1 bowl and 1 spoon. So everything pops off on April 4th, 2019. It's Thursday for me, which is one of my days off from work. And I'm planning on heading to an event later that afternoon. My company that I work for, they host team builders every month. So this event was, the Chinese fans, we get to customize our own, get to design our own and everything. So around this time, Nipsey Hussle had just passed away. So I was gonna designate my whole fan to him. I was gonna make a whole, you know what I'm saying, marathon, Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying, fan. And I was gonna give it to my girl once I got back to the States. But so yeah, that's what I plan on doing in the afternoon. So I go through my typical daily preparations. And once it's almost time to start getting ready. I'm like, shit, I'm from the pregame before I head out to this event. For those that don't know what pregaming is, say you and a couple of your friends or get a group of your friends finna go out to go party or go, you know what I'm saying, go out. But it's like, hey, let's stay at the crib. Let's link up at the crib and let's get faded and, you know what I'm saying, party here for a little bit. Then we're gonna go to the actual place. So I was like, shit, I'm finna pregame before I slide. So it's just me. I'm in the apartment, you know what I'm saying? Sipping the wine coolers, smoking some cannabis at my little pipe, and listening to music, just vibing out. Once I finish, I'm finna get ready to go. So as I'm, you know what I'm saying, finalizing everything, I hear a knock at the door. Guess I'm not familiar, so I'm like, shit, who this is? Look through the peephole, it's 3 officers from the Beijing police on the other side of the I'm like, oh shit. So I scramble to put everything up and I open the door and they walk straight in. Officer that's in front, he starts speaking to me in Mandarin. It isn't long before he realizes that I have no clue what the hell he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So he pulls out his phone, he speaks into the translator app and he shows me the translation and it reads, "Are you on drugs?" I'm lying my ass off. I'm like, nah, you tripping. Like, what you talking about? Like, nah, bro, nah. He speaks into it again and it shows me the second translation. It says, "Are there any drugs in the house?" Again, my boy, where are you getting this information from? No, I don't know what you talking about. You passport? Yeah, bro, that's probably what you need to see my passport, bro. Let me go grab that for you. So I go grab my passport, apartment contract, my visa, all my documents. I go back into the living room, slap all that shit on the table. Like, bro, this is what you need. This is what you need to look over. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am who I say I am. All this other shit you talking about, I don't know what you talking about, but this is what you need right here. So he's sitting there going over the documents. The other 2 officers are walking around the apartment, gently scanning it. You know what I'm saying? They have wandering eyes, but they ain't really like looking into nothing. You know what I'm saying? Scoping the place out. They tell me to sit down at my dining room table. So I do. And after some time passes, I hear footsteps coming down the hall. Because they left the front door still open. They didn't close the door. So I hear footsteps coming down the hall. I lean back to look. It's another officer coming to the apartment. He got something in his hand. I don't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? And then once he walks in, he hands the item to the officer I was originally speaking to. And then that officer communicates to me through body gestures and miming to pee into the cup. So it was a drug test right there on the spot. Right then and there, I knew this shit was over with. I knew it was over with. I'm like, oh shit, boy, I just got done smoking Friday. Y'all niggas knocking on my door. It's over with, boy. So do the drug test, fail it, of course. You know what I'm saying? And by this time, it's about 6, 7 officers in the apartment now. And they really they ransacking. You know what I'm saying? They looked through my shit for sure. And there's one officer that's entered the apartment by now. And he speaks English fluently. So he's pretty much interrogating me on about, okay, you failed your drug test. Where'd you get the weed from? Yeah, he's just pressing my line to see if I'm gonna give him any information in regards to who my supplier is. So I'm high as fuck. I'm panicking. You know what I'm saying? My ass off. But I'm so high and I'm panicking that like every time he asks me a question, my story is changing up. Like I'm catching myself lying, so I know for a fact he's catching me lying. But I'm still, hey, I'm from Atlanta. I'm just gonna continue to say until, you know what I'm saying, I can't no more. After he realized I wasn't gonna give him no information, he was like, all right, we know it's weed in the house. You know what I'm saying? We know where it's at specifically. Essentially, that's what he didn't say all of this specifically, but he asked me like, is there, you know what I'm saying, are there any drugs in the house? And like a specific, he said 2 specific places. I won't give this the places he said just because, you know what I'm saying, to read the book, but he gave specific places exactly where I hit it. So when he said that, I was just like, oh yeah, it's over with. Y'all folks already know. So I get up to go show them where I hit it, and lo and behold, the shit was they already found it. They just wanted to see if I was gonna give them any information. You know what I'm saying? Once they realized I wasn't, they was all right, come on, fuck it. So they ended up throwing the cuffs on me and set me down in the police van And now I'm just reflecting, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking like, damn, okay, now this shit is real. Like this shit really finna go down. I don't know what's finna happen to me. Um, the officer I was speaking to, he's no longer in the picture now. So I'm with these two other officers that I know for a fact don't speak English, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's finna happen. I can't communicate. Shit, I know I'm gonna be good, but shit, I don't know how this shit finna play out. So it's like, man, I told myself to just take note of every minor detail because it's gonna be a great story to tell and to enjoy this high one last time. I ain't no telling what the fuck gonna happen. So go to one precinct there for a little bit. Really, you know, I'm just sitting down handcuffed the whole time. Then end up at another precinct, and that's why I'm there for 14 hours straight. I do my interrogation, official interrogation, gave them a story to finesse with, take all my mug shot, handprint, and all of that, and then after being there 14 hours, I have me sign my contracts and stuff like that, and shit. Now we in the car, and I have no clue where we're going. So, you know what I'm saying? These folks ain't told me nothing. I've been with these folks all day. These folks ain't told me. I'm just following orders. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up at the actual jail, you know what I'm saying, the actual penitentiary. So go to the nurse's office, do all the typical health work and shit, you know what I'm saying? Blood pressure and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you ain't got no diabetes and no shit like that. Go through that typical procedure. And after that, they give me my uniform, which is a blue jacket. The top half of it is yellow, the bottom half is blue. On the left chest plate in red Chinese characters, it says Beijing Jail number 6. It says the same thing on the back. And the best way I can describe the way this jacket feels and, you know what I'm saying, wears is like a Dickies jacket, just like a Dickies jacket.
Really?
Yeah, just like a Dickies jacket. It's fit, feel, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Texture, all of it. It's the same exact, you know what I'm saying? But it's not Dickies. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not Dickies.
Is that a good thing?
I mean,
not that, and it's not good to be in jail.
Yeah, but the jacket, like, despite where I was at, you know what I'm saying? I didn't put it on, but I'm like, shit, this jacket it's kind of hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, to that swag is for sure.
I don't think I've ever worn a Dickies jacket, but I'm imagining I know what they look like, and I know what they look like, they feel like. I'm like, that seems pretty cool.
It was guess they gave me the Dickies jacket. I had no shirt on, and they gave me some sweatpants and some sandals. They gave me one bowl and one spoon. Walked me to escort me to the upper level of the jail, and open the cell 209, and shit. All I see is just bodies, you know what I'm saying? It's because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, so everybody, you know what I'm saying, folks asleep, but I'm looking what they sleeping on. One, they sleeping on wood. And then 2, it's a big ass pile of bodies. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a slumber party or sleepover from back in the day. You was with your cousins or your partners, or you play travel ball, and it's like a limited amount of space to sleep, so everybody gotta make, you know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. But I'm like, these random grown men. You know what I'm saying? So I walk in, there's 2 inmates standing up against the wall, watching the rest of the inmates sleep. So I'm looking at them, they look at me, they in shock to see me. I'm just like, yeah, I'm in here for sure. You know what I'm saying? Look to my left, that's where the bathroom is. It's his own separate room, but it's made of glass, so everybody in the cell can see into it. It's a sink. The toilet is a hole in the ground which you squat over to use. And then the shower is a water hose with a shower head tied to it. Black mold all on the walls, gnats and shit flying around. It's a TV in the cell mounted above the door, and it's a camera high up in the corner of the room capturing the entire space. So, goddamn, I approached the slumber party and tried to find a spot where I could lie down. And one of the inmates that's standing up, taking watch, wakes 2 of the inmates up to make room for me, and they do. So I put my bowl and my spoon and in the cubby up underneath the bunks. And shit, I just lie down, looking up at the ceiling, at the bright ass light, and just like, oh, this shit is for real. Like,
man,
I'm really in here for sure. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know where I'm at. I ain't been able to make contact with nobody. I don't know. These folks ain't explained nothing to me. I've been signing a bunch of shit. Don't know what I'm signing. I don't know what's gonna happen. Foremost, folks just got to know I'm in here. That's most importantly, and that won't probably occur until this weekend when I don't show up for work. Because I was supposed to be at an event today, and I was gonna meet friends there and coworkers. So I didn't show up to the event. So I'm sure that was like weird. Okay, he didn't show up. I'm sure they called me and I ain't answer. And so when I don't show up for work, oh yeah, that's gonna be a definite red flag. Like, okay, something done happened to cuz. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be a red flag. And I had a girlfriend at the time. So I'm like, I already know she don't hear from me after a couple messages. That's gonna raise another red flag. So I'm like, okay, I just gotta be patient. As of right now, bro, just get some rest
Night one.
and that's the first chapter.
That's an introduction if I've ever heard one. That's like a series.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
not just a movie. That's like episode 1
Yeah.
of the series.
Oh me.
Like it gotta be 14 episodes. Day 1, day 2.
The end goal, for real. The end goal.
After the end of the book, so we don't spoil any of that. What have you sort of been doing as of late, as of recently?
Well, so yeah, I still teach. I coach high school football as well.
Awesome.
Definitely selling my books. I got another book coming very, very soon. It's a romance novel, and it piggybacks off of 14 Days as well.
Really? Okay.
Juicy, no cap.
Your girl's gonna love you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Write a book about her or write a song.
I'm partnered with a nonprofit organization called the Yume Foundation, and we work with just children in education, athletics, life skills, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Just multiple facets. So, and mainly where I come into play is, especially, well, of course, the tutoring aspect, you know what I'm saying, but also just life skills with teens that fall victim to drugs that are, you know what I'm saying, or have run-ins with the law enforcement at an early age. And so we just use my book as a learning, you know what I'm saying, as part of our lessons, you know what I'm saying, just breaking it down and, you know what I'm saying, just offering them just different perspectives and outlets of what you can do based on your situation, you know what I'm saying, and how to better yourself from it, as far as letting it demotivate you and define you and all of that other shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got my hands dipped in a little bit of different things for sure.
And lots of different things. I respect you very much for doing that, especially with the service to children, which is something I'm incredibly passionate about. But yeah, what would be a suggestion for, or these are things obviously that you're doing, but what is some of the steps you would take influence that awareness of other cultures, some of those things that you do in those mentoring programs?
I was just tell, and everybody comes from different circumstances. Everybody's circumstances aren't the same. So, but you know what I'm saying, you just got to play the cards as you was dealt the best that you can, and know that adversity introduces a man to himself and introduces a woman to herself. So, don't be afraid of failure. Most importantly, take what you need to take from every situation. Praise yourself when you winning, and when you losing shit, still goddamn be prideful of the lessons that you're gaining. And don't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality between whoever else is going through this or is finna go through this journey of just, you know what I'm saying, discovering themselves and, you know what I'm saying, already on their journey. You know what I'm saying? Just don't quit. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on the prize. And it really just, you know what I'm saying, learn yourself, most importantly. Learn who you are. A lot of people don't know nothing about themselves. Can't even elaborate on anything about who they are and where they come from. You know what I'm saying? Why they are the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So I just like really learn you.
Right.
And to the best way I can suggest somebody learn themselves, take you a little getaway trip. Just you. No phone, no, you know what I'm saying? No contact to the outside world. You know what I'm saying? If you use your phone to navigate just because you're going to be someplace. Those places you ain't been before. You know what I'm saying? Only use your phone when you like, just because when you need it. You know what I'm saying? Cut out all communication to the rest of the world, and just spend time with yourself and see how much you really, really learn. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And also just, you know, it's a lot of reflection, self-reflection. But yeah, just learn yourself, and you know what I'm saying? Which learning yourself, that's why I pose this question. The knowledge that you have of yourself and your people and where you fall into play based on your family tree, are you chasing a dream or are you fulfilling your purpose? And I quote that from DeMarco Redden. So it's like, are you chasing a dream or are you fulfilling your purpose? For me, football, I was chasing a dream. It got me to where I wanted to go and put me in a position to where I needed to be, but that wasn't the purpose. What I'm doing now is the purpose. So it's just like,
yeah, that's and that's a lot to digest, you know,
Yeah.
because it's when you advising it, that's exactly what you're doing. Like you're in it. Like you have to start at this place, right, and do those things, and then when you're saying it, it's just like it's that simple because I've done it or I'm doing it. But when you're telling someone, or like a child, especially children that have to remember to retain that, regardless of the environment they're in, regardless of their parents' mindset, it's like, I know that sounds good. That's the perfect thing. How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's why I'm so respectful of those foundations, that you have these things that you tell the children, but then you're actually influencing this thing. And then, I mean, there's obviously, I think there's need to be more program in the way of teaching and conditioning parents themselves
Facts.
to not only encourage their children, but the situations that they're in currently, they need to encourage themselves and follow their purpose, right? Instead of living this day by day thing, which is so detrimental and so popular. That's the most prevalent thing in most households, but overwhelmingly, the black household is like just living day by way. It's 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 reality, but it's not what the way it should be whatsoever.
Oh no, without a doubt, hell no. Well, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, we'll get into that another time.
I definitely would like to do another episode, especially with your sister, for sure.
Yes, I'll let her aware, and we'll definitely do that. Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Chance. 14 Days in Beijing, everyone. That's available on Amazon. He said he's got a free 3-chapter preview. I'm going to buy the book. And do you want to make an audio version? Because
I'm already in the process. It's been in the process for
right on.
It's been in the process for a year now. Just because it's a very detailed story, so I want the audio book to be just as detailed. You understand? So it's still a project for sure. It's coming up. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Audio book in progress. I'm going to link that book below. What's the name of that foundation again?
Yume Foundation. So UMAY.
UMAY Foundation. I'll put that in the link as well. Find out more information about that. Thank you all, everyone, for joining us, listening or watching. And we will see you all. Be blessed, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time.
Blessings and balance.